to where you didn't get into the water. All right. And Dax, I'm sure you probably would have helped Bella to the edge of the pool also.
Yeah, once I flipped her on her stomach.
Yeah, so just
on her back. Sorry.
Yeah, you just kind of, swam her over. So remember, anytime that you're in water and it's above your head, there's a chance that you're going to sink. First, we'll do even though there's no mechanics for basic D&D in this, it's basic just like Check for Trap said. I mean, this is basic. We'll do like a strength check every round. And then after that, you start sinking, and then it goes to like constitution checks while you're trying to get your armor off. So, yeah, there you go. That's what we'll do. Obviously, magical armor is a lot lighter. We'll take that into consideration also. So, all right. So you guys are in a chamber. I'm going to put everybody on the map now, and there is one exit from the cave, and it goes south.
Well, I guess we'll explore the lower level now.
Yeah, you guys are. But hey, you guys can climb back up if you want to. Of course, everybody having successful strength checks and whatnot.
Well, we're already down here. Let's head south here.
All right, let's do it. So as you are starting to open up the map, why don't you, Mr. Brutus, seeing that you've been the designated roller so far, why don't you give me a D6 roll? Very nice. Let's show you this room. Well, this cavern is a larger cavern, and then it goes south a little bit further. And as you kind of round this corner down here, Brutus, with your torch, you can actually see that there is a wooden door that's in the earthen cavern. So obviously there's been some type of mason, and this all looks to be natural caverns as well. But there's a door, and then there's a corridor that travels to the west, and the corridor goes to the south also. Ooh, look at that. And Brutus, why don't I say about 30 minutes of game time has happened, so why don't you give me a D6 for a wandering monster encounter? Boy, I'm just wanting to give you guys all kinds of encounters, so no wandering monster encounter.
And don't forget it's nighttime, and he might turn into a troglodyte.
It's morning. I would say it's morning, because you guys already had a long rest. So, wooden door, what do you think, adventurers?
We'll try this door.
All right. Give me another D6 roll, if you wouldn't mind doing for me. You open up this door, and it is a completely empty cavern.
Wink, wink.
There's a little bit of rubble on the floor. Looks like several portions of the ceiling has fallen in. There's a couple of... What's interesting about this room, though, even though it's completely empty, there is a couple of streaks in the wall of this bluish type of ore.
Oh, I'm gonna go in and put a piece in my mouth.
Is there? Are there any kind of?
Why are you doing that, Bella?
It's for luck. I told you.
It doesn't work. You've almost died 3 times. Stop doing it.
I have not put enough in my mouth, apparently.
Does the is this bluish thing? Is it glowing or anything? Can we use it as a light source?
It's not glowing or anything like that, Dax. Does anybody have any kind of mineralogy or anything like that type of? I believe there was a mineral. No, I don't think you guys do. But it just looks like a streak of like a bluish ore that's in the in the walls, on the floor and stuff as well.
I have
too.
the wrestling skill. Does that help me identify it?
I don't think wrestling is going to help you in this situation, Brutus.
All right. Well, I can't. I don't. It's rocks to me. I don't know.
A for effort. You're just like, hey, pretty rocks. This is probably you guys are all able to ascertain this is some type of metal, but what type of metal? You have no clue.
Heavy metal.
So
With all the rocks that Belle's eaten, I'm surprised she can't identify it.
Maybe
Well,
I chip at it and try to put a piece in my mouth.
If she
sure,
eats
you're
one,
able to do that. No, actually, you're not. You're not able to chip any of this material out. Yeah, this is very, very, very hard. But maybe the rocks are maybe lucky because you've got 9 lives so far. So I mean, yeah.
Now, you know what? I'll take a small piece and just
Oh my
to
God.
take it.
What is that? Peer pressure?
There's no pieces
Not
of
to
ore that
eat
you
it.
can actually take.
Well,
And-
I don't eat it. I just put it in my mouth for a second and spit it out.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't
but the
swallow.
ore
I thought you were
is
swallowing
in the
it.
wall and the floor, and there's no small pieces. In fact, I'll say yes. There is a very small piece that you can put in your mouth, Belle, and also
Okay.
there's a piece that you can take with you, Brutus.
Yeah, I figure someone in town might be able to. We might be able to find an assayer in town. Tell us what
Yeah.
this is.
But it definitely
So
looks
much
like
better
this
than-
has been mined because you can see all kinds of like gouge marks on the floor, gouge marks on the walls and stuff. So maybe this has something of importance because you can tell with all the other debris down here. They definitely were mining this for
They were
some
mining
reason.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we're glad that Belle's decided on her mouth to put it in.
All right, adventurers, what say you?
All right. Well, this room's boring. Let's go
This
south
room's
or west.
I say we go south.
Up to you folks. South?
Nobody ever
Sure.
got hurt going south.
We'll go south then.
All right, give me another D6 check. All right. And I'm uncovering this as fast as I can. All right, so I'm going to do a roll. They did have an encounter. 1 to 2 is an encounter. All right, so so as you are walking around the corner, you see that there is a large room. It looks like the cavern continues to the south still, and there are some crates in this room. And in these crates, you can see handles and whatnot. So it looks like these are probably tools that are put in crates and whatnot.
I'll go check them out. So I'll go through the crates and see if there's anything other than picks and shovels or what have you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so as you start to look into the crates, you hear a scurrying sound, right? And from behind the crate emerges a very large blackish spider.
2 arms!
Nope.
I love it. It does that every time. Okay, so you guys heard it scurrying. It knows you're there. There's no need for surprise. So why don't you guys do your initiative roll? I'll do my initiative roll. All right. The spider has a 2. The party, thankfully, has a 4. So let's go ahead and start combat because this thing has has very large fangs that have a very greenish black type of putrid bile that's dripping off of the fangs.
I might want to yell to people that this spider is poisonous, I think.
So, adventurers, this is going to be a very tough encounter. Good luck. And that is totally up to everybody.
Run.
I run at it. I charge it with my shield.
Brutus, quit standing on the goddamn lines.
I'll become the creature's poop as I swing at it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll move up to spear in front of me here.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the movement phase. Everybody move up, and that's going to attack. Move and do your attacks. You are attacking a
missile
defense
attack
of -3. Just kidding on the -3. I wanted to see your faces. You should have seen your face. Brutus was like, I just ran into this thing, so... Okay, so adventurers...
It doesn't matter.
Damn, 220s.
Oh my goodness, just think. Oh my goodness, wow, that hardly ever happens. So both of you get to roll damage.
Oh, damage isn't very good, though.
So Brutus,
Still hit him.
you did a total of 7 damage to the spider. Bella, you did a total of 2 damage. Wilbur, you also hit with a 16. So you do 3 damage. So that is a total of 12 damage to this spider. It's still alive.
Oh, no.
I scream.
All right, so is there anybody doing any missile attacks, a.k.a.
Yeah,
Dax?
I'm doing a missile attack.
Okay.
I'm doing a missile
that's
attack.
all I'm doing.
And what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to do the ferocious bolo attack to try to tie up one of the legs against its head, or maybe get its fangs to snap off or something. So we'll see how this works for me this time.
I like how he says, get these dripping fangs to snap off. I like that.
Yeah,
All right, let's
it's
see your
pretty
attack.
easy. You just need to throw something at it. They're like glass, I think.
Oh, God.
Class. Oh, I thought you rolled. I thought you were going to roll 20. So your attack
That would've been nice.
is going to be a miss. So your bolo kind of hits the cavern wall. Okay, so
I
now
gotta practice or something.
go ahead.
Now, can I throw another dagger at this point?
No, you only get
No,
one.
okay.
Yeah, you only get to
Okay.
go in one of the Knight A for effort. I like
That's
that.
right.
She's used to having that 12th level rogue in D&D 5e with
Yeah.
plus 13 to attack or plus 25 to attack and everything. So
My offhand attack, so I can get 2 attacks at first
right.
level.
Well, you can
No,
get
I missed
offhand
that.
attacks in basic D&D. Your second attack is a -4. So
That's true. Yeah,
that's the
true.
penalty. Yeah, you can do that. That's an optional rule that it's in the rules encyclopedia we can use. So, all right.
What
so
happens if you only have one hand?
I'm gonna let Brutus or Wilbur roll a d20. A 1 to 10, it's going to attack Brutus. 11 to 20, it will attack Wilbur. One
Go
of you
for it,
two.
Wilbur.
You want the death to be Wilbur's fault. All right, so Wilbur, it is going to attack you.
Bring
You've
it
got a
on.
good armor. I mean, you've got
You've
a good
got better
armor
armor,
class.
yeah, so that's good.
Okay, so it has a THAC0 of a 16. Your armor class is what? So it would need a 15 or higher because your armor class is 1. So, all right, so it's going to need a 15 or higher to hit you. It jumps out towards you to bite you with its fangs, and you're able to take your shield. And when you hold your shield up, the fangs kind of hang over, and it's like squirting this poison. Sort of like how someone milks a snake for its venom to make anti-venom. So yeah, it's a miss. So you guys are lucky. All right, so next round, let's go to anybody taking movement. I don't see Bell or Dax getting any closer. So let's go to the missile attack phase. Anybody doing missile attacks? Anybody throwing daggers or anything like that?
Throwing a dagger.
Okay. Your
No.
dagger is missed. You actually almost hit Brutus.
Oh.
As you feel something whiz past your ear, and then you hear a dagger hit the cavern wall. Okay, Dax, missile attack. You are
3 better.
needing a 13 to hit, which you hit.
I got a 13.
You got it.
Woo! All right, so now they have to do the victim will do a saving throw against Death Ray to see if they may be entangled. Here, let me read this to you. The
Sure.
victim will try a saving throw during the hand-to-hand combat phase. And they could be entangled, slowed, or delayed based on weapon special effects table, which, sorry, I don't have.
And which saving throw do I need to do?
A saving throw against Death Ray with a +2 bonus.
Okay. So I get a +2 bonus. So let's do a Death Ray saving throw, which was successful because I have to have
but he still
a,
takes the
12.
damage, which would be 1 to 2. So let me do
a
that.
D4. Yep. Ooh, very nice. So you're going to do a total of 2, 3, 4 damage to it. I like that. And in fact, the spider basically dies as you kill it with your thrown weapon. And
See, that's how
basically
we do
your
it at
bola,
the monastery.
yeah, you throw the bola, and even though it was successful in its saving throw, you were able to get such a good throw on it, it spun and basically pinched the head right off. So the spider falls to the ground dead. You guys did 16 hit points to it. That's pretty good.
Hey, and Bella didn't have to roll against death. So
No,
that's a
I
plus.
live.
We're doing way better in these combats than we
See,
have.
the rocks, they're working.
So congratulations,
I don't think
folks.
So.
The Black Widow Spider is a 3+ hit dice creature. So you guys,
Wow.
yeah, that it's a nice. It's definitely a Black Widow. I've added that to your experience.
I will go collect the daggers that I threw.
Sure. Yeah. We'll say that,
Same with
you
the
guys,
bolas.
instead of you guys having to say that every time, even though I know that's good, we'll say that you guys would know automatically to go and get your bolas and your throwing daggers. So yeah, you guys are, as you guys see this, and this is a very poisonous spider. And
Let's eat it.
you know that if you would have been bitten by this, there's a pretty good chance you would have died in probably about 10 seconds. The poison in this is very, very lethal. So good job, everybody. You guys survived against a Black Widow spider. And thank
Now
goodness
watch
to that
Brutus trip
magical
and then
armor.
bump against the fang.
Yeah, and he gets some in his mouth and ah! So good job. You guys destroyed it and killed a Black Widow spider.
With no help from you guys.
See, this is it's very tense because I mean you guys can die. You guys have been doing really well. So why don't you guys
Check
I know
those
that
boxes.
yeah, why don't you guys give me a D6 roll, one of you, the designated dice roller for the evening, or
Well, why
whoever.
don't you do it, Worm Food? You've been rolling so
I
good.
can? You guys are the best. I'm going to do a D20 instead.
Well, that's good. So you found something there, Worm. Let's see. I'm going to roll again because we've already found that broken goblet. Oh, wow. Very nice. So as you're rummaging through, you find 4 golden rods. And these golden rods are worth about 30 gold apiece. So you found another
Nice.
120 gold worth of treasure.
And tons of spider eggs.
You found no spider eggs.
Maybe
So
we need to cut this thing open.
Yeah, I put the 4 rods inside of the party sheet. So you got 40, 30 gold piece value trinkets or ingots. Sorry about that. So yeah, good job, adventurers. Another successful encounter. So you
Well, that
guys
was
have had,
creepy as heck.
yeah, that was a
Well, let's get out of
That's
town,
like-
guys.
Don't
for a
like
level
sprayers.
1. That was like worst case scenario for monsters.
Hey, well,
That's-
look, back at the monastery, we have spiders like this all the time. They're just a lot smaller.
Basically, when you get bit by, you'll take 1d3 damage from the Black Widow spider, and then after 1d3, saving throw versus poison or die in one turn. So you basically have one turn to quaff a, anti-venom potion or something like that. So, but you guys are continuing to work your way south, and you actually work your way, I'd say, through a couple 200 to 300 feet worth of cavern, very narrow, and it fluctuates between 5 and 10 foot. And as you're traveling through this corridor, and it is naturally earthen, it's not masoned. It's not like a smooth, masoned wall or anything. There are some puddles that you guys are having to step through. Water that is kind of dripping from the ceiling. And after a couple hundred of feet of you guys kind of moved in like a smiley face type of direction, going south and then back up to the north, all of a sudden, as you turn this last corner, there is a smooth stone floor. So the natural floor turns into this masoned stone floor, and then you start to see masoned walls. It's pitch black still. You have your lantern and your torch, and then there is going to be a door on the right hand side. So let me uncover this map for you guys. All right, so that is in clearing, you guys can go ahead and move your tokens forward. It probably takes you, and I know you guys are being careful. I know that Bella would be looking for traps and whatnot. And as you work your way to this area, you do see that there is a natural. It goes from being a natural area to actual mason stonework, walls, floor, and then you enter this chamber, and on the right hand side there is an immediate door on your right hand side, and then there's another opening to the north. As you guys get into plain view, and your light can start to shed a little bit of vision as what you guys see in the room to the north. You can see what appears to be maybe a mining cart with a bunch of rubble that's piled up in the mine cart. And then there's another corridor that goes to the south as well. So this is where you guys are at.
Let's try the door first.
Sure.
When I get
Let's
up to
ride
it,
in the
I'll
mining cart.
crack it open.
All right. It's, actually there's really no footprints. There's dust on the floor. But you open up this door, and it's another long corridor that goes to the north. You can see that it does after probably about 60 feet or so, it kind of turns to the north.
All right, let's before we go down that corridor, let's check out this mining cart and the stuff up here.
Sure. Yeah, you want to go into this room. Give me a D6 roll as you enter this room. All right. Oops. All right. So as you start to enter, you can start to hear a light kind of pounding, and as you enter this large chamber, you see a familiar foe, and you also see that there are some steps that are ascending up. In the very northern end of the room, you can see that there are steps going up. Now, in this room, as you guys kind of come around the corner, there are 4 orcs. In fact, why don't you roll me a D4? We'll see how many orcs are in here. Sorry about that. There's 1 orc in this chamber.
But he's 4 times his normal size.
No, it's just 1 orc. And you catch him by surprise because he is over here on he's over here in sort of like the corner of this room, and he has his back towards you, and he's just pounding away on this big rock. And these rocks have, it looks like it has those like blue mineral ore in it still, that you guys had seen in the other cavern room. So you guys see 1 orc, and you guys can actually get him by surprise if you choose to, because he is so honed in and he's so focused on beating the hell out of this big rock. It looks like he's trying to get some of that ore.
Hey, I can speak orc. Maybe we should befriend this guy.
Can you speak orc? Nice.
Yeah, that's like my one thing I can do. And read lips.
And read lips.
Yeah. That's
All right.
really helped me a lot in this game, by the way, reading lips.
So why don't... Yeah, if you want to go into the room there, Dax, and yell out to him and get his attention, you may do that.
I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to yell out in Orcish. I'm going to say, hold! What are you mining there?
And
Drop your...
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say, don't make any sudden moves.
Okay, so you have to yell this to him a couple times to get the orc's attention as you are yelling in Orcish, and the orc kind of slings the pick over his shoulder, and when he turns around, he's startled to see you speaking in orc to him.
That's because I've got a great accent, Dave. I studied
You
for
have
long
a
time at the
great
monastery.
dialect of orc. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So you catch him off guard, and his eyes kind of lighten up. And he basically turns to you and he says, he just kind of looks at you. He sees Brutus behind him, and then he kind of peers around and can see Wilbur as well. And he looks at you and he says, in Orcish, do you want to be friends? Let's split this money. And that's where we'll end the game this week.
Aw.
I know you guys love these cliffhangers, but he says, let's be friends. There's lots of money to be had here. But he's wielding he has a couple of different weapons on him. So he is in a leather armor. He also has a spear that's kind of slung over his shoulder. And he also has a dagger. And that's where we will end, as he turns and says, hey, there's a lot of money here. I don't want any trouble. Let's be friends. We'll split the money, equal shares. So thanks for playing, everybody. I appreciate it. You guys had a very productive night again. So
yeah, Bella only died twice.
Yeah.
Only twice.
Yeah. Plus, I'm going to
Totally.
name myself Dax Spider Slayer.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Lucky.
Get
Oh
a
yeah.
spider
good name.
tattoo.
He does
Oh.
2 damage, and
What
yeah.
what
Okay.
what tattoo
It
did
was
you
5.
do? While we rested, what
Yeah.
tattoo did you do?
Well, I think I did
attempt.
the tattoo of us meeting, and then I did a tattoo of us, basically of Brutus impaling the kobolds. So I got that on my chest.
Well, there's no kind of significant bonus or anything, but you do know that there are magical inks and magical powders that you can make inks with, Dax, that will improve, make you stronger, make you smarter, make you more nimble. So there are tattoos that will enhance your attribute scores. But you don't have any of those inks or
great,
ingredients.
thanks.
Yeah. So we'll say that there's no skill check needed for anything like that because you would be working with more intricate ingredients. So yeah, if you're able to tell your story as a tramp stamp on your back, I mean you could. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, next time somebody's doing me, they'll be able to say, "Hey, what's this about?"
Oh, easy. I didn't say that.
Keeps them entertained. Keeps them entertained.
All right. Adventurers, good job this week. Good jobs. I mean, good job surviving that spider. So I do want to mention really quick before we end. Last week I gave you guys some experience for the orcs, the gnomes, and the shriekers. Would you guys like me to add the experience from tonight, or do you just want to kind of save all of your XP at once and just kind of do it all at once, or however you guys want to do it?
I was thinking just all at once, but if it's easier for you to...
No. We can do it all at once. So why don't you guys go on to your character sheets, and why don't you guys erase your experience for me? And to do that on your character sheets, let's see. You can open up your character sheet, and you can find your experience. I don't know if there's an experience tab. Let's see. There may be an experience tab on the notes. Yeah. So it is. It's on the notes. So go to the last tab, notes, and just go experience where it says 44. Just erase that. All right. Yeah, just delete it out. Okay, so I see that. I'll add all of the... so what I'll do is we'll go ahead and add all of the encounters back onto the party sheet. So I'll add those on.
Then a 5% bonus for me, but
yeah. So you guys have looks like you guys have over 300 experience apiece now, just from killing monsters. But you guys have a lot of experience for gold and other treasure and stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll play next week. Can everybody make it next week again? Everybody's good to go? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Very good. So we will play next week, and then we'll take the week after that off, because it'll be like 4 weeks in a row that we played. So let's play next week, and then at the end of next week, we'll do all treasure and see if you guys get a level. So, yeah, that'll be cool. So that's where we'll end. And, yeah, good job tonight, y'all. You guys got through more of the first floor. You inadvertently found the second level. So you guys are down here now. But you guys see stairs going back up. So, and you have other areas to where you can explore from here. So you guys have lots of options. So thanks, everybody, for playing. I totally appreciate it.
Thank you.
I will see you guys next week at 4 p.m. Mountain.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for playing, and I'll see you guys next week at 4 p.m. Bye, everybody.